you're in the mortgage industry. You got super close, tight up in the Grant Cardone system world. Now you got pretty much you hit the reset button on all that. You got out of the mortgage world. You're still licensed. Wife is in real estate, and now you're in the agency world. How's that switch been?
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I already did this, what I'm doing. I'm still currently doing what I'm helping other people do now. Mm-hmm. We've gotten basically 4 years ago, I'll tell you this real quick. I realized that the mortgage industry wasn't what I wanted to do the rest of my life. So I had to plan some kind of exit strategy. That exit strategy entailed me developing a personal brand and getting known globally. And I committed to that. And I said, you know what? As I was doing that, I'm like, how big do I want to go with this? And I was watching the news and I saw aliens and UFOs, and the government was actually recognizing that there was UFOs. And I'm like, I don't know if there's aliens, but if there is, let's get the aliens to know who I am and what I'm doing. Like mind expansion exercise, right? And so when I did that, I didn't know how the hell I was going to do that, but all of a sudden...
Did you write, so when you're writing down your goals, was there a time where you wrote down, I need the aliens to know my brand?
Know who I am. Yeah.
What would they pay you with? Would they pay in Bitcoin?
I don't care. It wasn't even about the money. I just wanted them to know who I am. So they had oh, this dude's going to be a problem. That's what they should say when they come here. Oh shit, this
guy must be their leader.
We can take over the United States because Biden's in control and all that.
Jeez,
no disrespect to Delaware here, but
he's Delaware born. I might get him on the podcast,
man. That's a good thing about him. That's the one good thing about him. Or maybe it's not the good thing for us. I don't know. Nonetheless, not to get political.
No, dude, it's been a terrible 4 years.
If it's just a mindset thing to think about, like if the aliens came, oh, dude, this guy's going to be a problem for us. Right. And so that mind expansion allowed me to really get creative. Started asking questions. How am I going to do this? Some guy invited me on his podcast, Chris Donaldson. And he asked me like 3 times. I'm like, dude, I don't even know what a podcast is. I don't have all the equipment. I don't even know. No, I'm not doing that. But also being vulnerable here, I also didn't think I was, even though I've made plenty of money, been successful in business, I didn't like, who am I to be interviewed? That's what I was thinking. Eventually I went on his show. And as I was on his show, I had all these cognitions happen, like these aha moments, these bursts, like, holy shit, I see what Grant Cardone did, Gary Vee did. They do podcasting, and then they do a lot of it. They have unlimited amount of content. They repurpose it. They put it on TikTok, Reels, all this stuff, YouTube Shorts. And when they do that, then they become omnipresent to the people that matter in their business. Like Grant talks about being known by 8 billion people. That doesn't do you any good. What in business, what matters is that you're omnipresent, meaning that you're everywhere to the people that matter in your business.
Absolutely.
Right? So that could be 5 people. That could be 5,000 people. It could be 5 million, but it's not 8 billion. So I realized that if I take content and repurpose it, I can have control over putting it in front of the people that matter in my business and then making sure that they think I'm omnipresent. They see me everywhere to the point where they'll go over, knock on their neighbor's door and say, hey, do you know Ciorrocco? You know the Ciorrocco. And the neighbor doesn't know who I am because the neighbor doesn't matter to my business. But they can't believe their neighbor doesn't know who I am.
Because you're omnipresent to them.
This is the kind of thing I started thinking about. And I was like, holy cow, I can lean into this. This isn't that hard. I just need to get on more podcasts. So Google search optimization, if somebody's going to do business with you and you are interviewed a bunch of times and somebody going to do business with Zach, they're going to look up Zach's name on Google and it's going to see Zach interviewed so many times. Your credibility and authority go through the roof. Content that, and then networking. Podcast hosts are some of the most connected people on the planet. You build your network out from that. I'm like, dude, this is a home run. So I started searching for people to book me on shows, right? And I found a guy, and his name's Todd, and that's the guy I was telling you about, before the show. Todd would book me on shows, and I would just say yes to everything. It didn't even matter the genre because I just wanted the content and the connection. And so I didn't worry about the audience of the show. That was all icing on a cake. I didn't care what level the show was. I was the first guest on so many people's podcasts because to me, it's like great opportunity to be in, help that person out. Content, it's a home run.
And if it takes off, everyone goes back to the first one.
Yeah, well, that too. But then like, you've had the show before and I've been on your show before. Mm-hmm. So this isn't for you what I'm about to say, but there's people that start a show, right? And it's their first episode ever. And they're just looking for guests. Anybody. I just need a guest. Imagine what you are in that person's heart and their eyes if you say yes to them and you have some success and you're not just a brand new guest, right?
You're a hero.
Exactly. So I was looking at all this and I'm like, I'm leaning into this. So Todd started booking me. I did like 300, 400 shows, started my own show. And then I created this blueprint of how to leverage that attention. And I started thinking to myself, well, if I can do this for myself, I can help other people do this because I needed it. I know there's other people that need it. So that's where we started That One Agency. And from there, I'm going to continue to expand into this. But then I also started thinking to myself, well, shoot, NIL deals are coming now. College kids, high school kids can get paid brand deals now, right? Yep. This is in its infancy. who needs to understand how to become marketable? Just like entrepreneurs, athletes. So now, since I love athletics, I love being around high school athletes. I love watching football, college. I have an Ole Miss hat on right now. I've been going down to Ole Miss watching SEC football games.
Yes, sir.
Amazing environment.
Oh, incredible.
I'm like,
in the South, football is a religion down there.
Yeah, exactly. Now I got a passion. I can make money at it. I'm going to figure this out. I want to make these athletes more marketable so that they can get brand deals easier. So now we're going to expand into that area now. So asking what's next, that's the focus next, and keeping scaling the podcast niche.
Are you encouraging the athletes to pick up a podcast themselves?
Yeah, I mean, everything that I've done, I'm going to encourage them. I'm going to show them how to do it.
I've seen some pro athletes where that's been a real the Kelsey situation.
Kelsey brothers, Brandon Marshall.
Brandon Marshall is a good one. Brandon Ayuk. I'm a big 49ers fan.
I'm sorry.
Man, last 3 weeks have been rough, dude. Last three.
Yeah.
I was sitting here like, man, I'll see y'all in the playoffs.
They were actually thinking that they were going to come and beat the Eagles in the playoffs or something.
Oh,
man. I don't know about that.
Now it's good. We
play in the regular season.
We do, December 3rd. I might go to Xfinity Live for it. The thing about it is, y'all are winning. None of them have been ultra impressive wins. It seems like there's still a couple cogs.
Doesn't matter.
That are win's a win. Yeah, there's no pictures on the scorecard.
And here's the thing: like, you got a Delaware podcast here, and you're like claiming 49er
I know.
allegiance.
We don't have a football team.
You should just but dude,
I'm a UD blue.
We don't have a football team. Philadelphia Eagles.
Blue heads.
The Eagles
They're
are
in Philly.
That's
Pennsylvania.
That's Delaware, man.
That's
Come on,
literally
man. We're in the
different.
Philadelphia
You can't say
metro
it's Delaware
region.
if it's not
Come
Delaware.
On, so here's the thing: you should just lie and say you're an Eagles fan if you're going to do a Delaware podcast.
I went to the Phillies playoff game. I love that.
Yeah.
Game 1, game 2, that you baseball at all?
I took my daughter to the Braves when we won 10-1, and there was 6 home runs in a game.
Nice.
Harper hit 2.
I don't know for the one we went to, me, Pat, Mark. Geez, there were at least like 6-7 home runs.
What game?
We went to game 1 and game 1, game 2 against the Braves.
Braves, yeah.
Game 2, by the end of it, they were doing the
I was there for that. Yeah,
it was so disrespectful.
It was awesome.
That was so. I loved every moment of it.
And then they were chanting DUI for the one guy that got busted for a DUI.
Yep, the Kelseys were up next to us. Yeah. Patrick was yelling at him.
That's awesome.
The entire time.
That's awesome.
So, what's the if someone's looking to get involved in the agency on that side? First of all, the name is That One. You can find it on Google.
The number 1, agency.com.
All right.
Or on Instagram at That One.
What's the goal for that? I know you just said the athletic side, but what's the ideal person who's listening to this is like, I need to be a part of your growth pattern. I need to be part of that goal.
Anybody that's an entrepreneur, speaker, coach, has a message, a mission, a brand that they want to get out, they need to be podcasting, period. Start somewhere. Whether you just start booking yourself on podcasts, like by reaching out to people or working with an agency that gets you aligned. Like, we set up people up to make them marketable, get them a great one-sheet press kit, coach them into becoming a great guest, and then align them and connect them with aligned podcasts, top 5% and above. And they can just reach out to us and we can work with them. But you got to invest in yourself, man. If you got a business, like you got the studio here, this didn't just happen. You invested in yourself, right? Like, people say they want to be something, they want to do something, but they don't invest in themselves. You got to start investing in yourself. And if you come to us, we tell you what order to put things in. Whether you want to grow your Instagram, whether you want to grow your YouTube, whether you want to, become a brand and start podcasting, there's an order that you should be doing things in. If you do it out of order, you're not going to get results. You're going to get frustrated. So we can guide you into that.
Do you think there's a world where podcasting gets, gets into the Facebook Live or MySpace world, gets kind of pushed to the side for something else?
Podcasting?
Yeah.
Nah.
No?
Well, no. I mean, podcasting, there might be spinoffs like social audio. There's going to be...
Clubhouse.
Yeah, absolutely.
You still in there?
Occasionally. It's changed a lot.
I'm sure.
Changed a lot. And there's going to be some new things. This is an infancy stage still, by the way. Social audio.
Absolutely.
It seems like it's been going for a while and then it died, but it's just getting started. Really.
Where do you think it goes? And Clubhouse, for those who don't know, it was basically a grouping of people getting together and talking about specific
niches. Like chat rooms.
Yeah, just like only audio.
Chat rooms.
There was a minimal text chat you could use. It was kind of clunky. But dude, I remember like the first month I was in there, it was like Grant Cardone, Jay Shetty, and Wiz Khalifa talking about real estate. I'm like, what is going on? I mean, there's only 80 people here. What's happening?
A lot of celebrities came in.
Big time.
Access to them. And
a huge access, mastermind level. I mean, when there's only 30 people in the room.
Well, then you had assholes ruining it and coming in and being trolls. And the celebrities were like, I don't need to deal with this anymore.
Well, that's what happens when you have like No Face, no like verification process.
Yep.
Blockchain and things like that could really alter that space for audio to make it so it's verifiable. They're starting to do it with phones.
Yeah.
So they're starting to work that blockchain style. It's not actually blockchain, into actually having your phone numbers verified as a residential consumer, your name and everything. So you call major carrier to major carrier, it'll pop up whether you have my number or not. Zachary Foust, Loft Realty, checkmark. And that's how they're trying to solve this whole like robocallers. Because I don't know about you, I get robocalled, spam called all damn day.
Yeah. Well, pay your bills, man. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But no, and going back to the brand, like that one, I just wanted to shout this out to everybody. This is important for everybody to create something like a brand for their personal, and then beyond that, you need to eventually create something that you don't have to be a part of. Because
talk to me about that, because that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Creating a baby and then knowing that one day that baby is going to leave the house.
Well, see, if you have a mission behind what you're doing, it shouldn't be all about you. And so I could have the Ciorrocco brand and all that, but if something happens to me or I want to step away or whatever, it doesn't allow for other people to come in and benefit from it. So I wanted to create a brand that I could be around and help and build, but get it going, and then it could just snowball, right? And that one is a movement that I want to create, and a brand I want to create that can be placed on many different industries, and it can be licensed out or whatever. And we have merch at thatonemerch.com, and you can check that out. It's coming out. That site's coming out next week or two. Yeah.
You said thatonemerch.com.
The number one merch.com. Yeah.
Perfection.